What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to discuss um, things that are needed for doing a top swap. So I'm gonna break it down as best as I can, so you'll know what all the requirements are and what you need. So there's two different 3800s that's used, and that's 3800 Series 2, which is a L36, and you got the Series 3, which is a L26. Now, I have experience with both because that car right there is the L36 car, and the block that's in Hellboy is the L26, and the block that's in the Pill Machine, that one, the Troll GXP looking car, that's got an L26 in it. So here we go. Get your pens, get your papers, and get some notes, because I'm about to give you some info that you need. Now, which one's stronger, 12, the L36 or 26? It doesn't matter. One's cast iron, one's titanium push rods. But one's going to snap, one's going to bend. But if you got a properly tuned vehicle and well put together motor, you don't have to worry about none of that. So there we go. Now, parts. We're going to work our way from the bottom on up. Let me turn this camera around so you can see me talk. Now, you need, start from the bottom. One thing before we get into that. If you could find a whole supercharged motor, L67 or L32, that'd be the cheapest route. If you could find a blown whole supercharged motor. Now, the parts you'll need off that motor. Number one, you need a supercharged harmonic balancer. There's ribs on both sides. So this is the accessory side, and then this is the supercharger side. Now, this is a 6-rib stock pulley. This will work. If you just gonna, do this a stock top swap build, or you just want to put headers on and put a smaller pulley on, you don't want to get into internal pieces, that'll be for you. And because you don't need belt wraps and stuff like that. You just run that, put a 3/4 pulley on it, and be happy for what it is. Now, next, you will need a supercharged idler pulley bracket. Let me turn this camera. It is this pulley that is down. Hold on. That pulley is right there. This one. You need that bracket and the pulley, and then you need the supercharger tensioner pulley, which is this one right here. You need that, and then you need a L67 L32 coil pack bracket with the ignition control module, because it's different from an NA. So you need this whole piece because it has this pulley right here. Now, once you had that, you had a complete pulley system you need for the supercharger to work. Now, when you do the idler pulley bracket, which is that one down there I showed you, okay? When you do that one, make sure you get the bolts to go to that bracket, because they're longer than the ones that come up. They're longer on the one bolt, because the one bolt you're going to take off the block, if you look on the NA block, there's just a random bolt that's there. When you take that bolt out, antifreeze will come out. So you need a longer bolt, so the idler pulley bracket can bolt into the car. So make sure you get the bolts with that bracket. Now, next, you got that stuff. You need L67 or L32 heads, because the injectors go into the heads, not the lower intake manifold like an NA motor does. And then you need the valve covers to also. Then you need an L67 or L32 lower intake manifold. Okay, you need that. Now, this is where stuff gets different. So, this is an 04 Plus car, so this is non-returnless. And then pre-90 or pre-04 is return. So, listen closely. So, we're going to start with the return system setup. Okay. Now, if you're doing a Gen 3 top swap, right? Make sure you get the L67. Okay, if you're getting a Gen 3, all right, and you're not going to intercool it, make sure you get L67 fuel rails because it's a return style. The L36 fuel rails will not work. So you have to get L67 fuel rails. And then you have to get, if you're going to stay in a stock mild build, okay, you're not doing cams and stuff like that, you need the supercharged L67 injectors. You need that because the GT injectors won't work. Now, so that take care of that fuel part. Then you got the Gen 3. All right. Now, there's different options on 9703. We're going to get into this before we get onto the 04 pluses. All right. You need a L67 Map Sensor, 2-bar. You need that. Get that in the bracket. Okay. And then you need a L67. If you're going to stay stock throttle body, here's the options you have. You can stay with the stock throttle body for Gen 3, okay? Or you can get an adapter plate for a Gen 3 to North Star throttle body, which then you will need an LQ4 MAF. Understand when you do this type of build, you have to. It's no way around it. You have to do a tune. Now, so we covered the throttle bodies, all right? Now, the boost solenoid. I just sat down, Jesus. Okay, which be a sensor that's like right there. You don't need that, get rid of it. Sorry, I stopped the video. And you need vacuum lines. You can run that custom, and that should be it. That'll be it. I'll cover everything you need. Now, if you're going to intercool, all right, and you're staying Gen 3, you need ZZP fuel logs, or if you can find you a set of ZZP modded fuel rails, you need that. So, because the supercharger is going to go up. And then I gave you the options with the throttle body. If you want, we're going to go to the Gen 5s now. If you want to run a Gen 5 supercharger, it's the only option you can do. You could do, which I wouldn't do it, but you can get a Gen 5 adapter to Gen 3 stock throttle body, or you can get a Gen 5 to North Star throttle body for that. And you also, I think that should cover it. That'll cover it. That'll cover it for that. So now, 04 Plus, Gen 5. Don't do a Gen 3 on 04 Plus. Gen 5, all right. You can reuse the L26. Do I have my keys? No, I don't. You can reuse the L26 throttle body into a Gen 5. Now, I did a top swap on the white car. So, the map sensor, all right, get you a L32, all right, map sensor. There's two of them, but don't get the barometric one. Just get the one that measures boost. Get that one. Take the one that's off The L26, take that one off and then replace it with the L32. Trust me. Don't mess with the wiring harness because the car run like complete ass. Don't do it. Just get an L32 supercharged map sensor and just put that on. All right. The only thing that sucks about an 04 Plus is you won't be able to see boost. So you're going to have to put you a manual boost gauge in because it won't read because you don't have a barometric map sensor because 04 Pluses have two. Now, as far as like fuel rails, if you're going to stay stock, get you a set of L32 fuel rails and L32 injectors. All right. And then everything else is the same from what I explained earlier. So if you need supercharger parts, I'll put the link in the description. Get them from Quality Superchargers. He has everything you need as far as like parts you need for your supercharger needs. His eBay store has, let's check his eBay store out. Like I said, I have the link in the description. Quality Supercharger. I do all my supercharger needs I get from him. So here's that. If you want to do a cam build, I highly recommend you to, if you're going to stay with a stock transmission, do not go over 300 horsepower because you will break it. 300 horsepower is like a real like safe limit on the stock trans. If you want to get into 350 plus 320-ish, you need a built trans. So if you got a budget of like $3 grand, 3,500, you are not. No, you are not. You need to factor in building a trans if you're trying to make power like that. I get these questions all the time. Like, I want to get 350 horsepower, and I'm like, okay. Maybe like send me a build list. I'm like, okay, well, what's your budget? And as soon as they tell me, well, I got like 1,800, you're not getting that with that. No. So, we're gonna save that for a different video. What Mazda do? This is just mainly all the requirements that's needed to do a top swap. Like I said, it's imperative on a non-04 plus, pre-04 plus, get an L67 map sensor. 04 plus, get an L32 map sensor, and do not touch the wiring harness. And they have to be tuned. There's no way around it. You have to get it tuned. All right. So that's going to end this video. I'm going to make another video. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.